Going on, everyone? Sorry for the late start there, but when you have technical difficulties, you're gonna have to adjust, and which is I did. Running a different overlay tonight. SEK decided not to load up, but we are gonna make stuff work. I am joined today once again by Mr. Gary Sack and newcomer William Reagan. I almost want to call you William Regal all the time. I don't know if you know who that is. What's going on, guys?
Not much. Don't know who that is, but good to be here.
How's it going?
What's going on, guys? We got 80 laps scheduled here for some Las Vegas racing in these trucks, and I always say it's a lot. I'm a big fan of these trucks. I like how they handle. I like how they're pretty easy to drive. But this truck series, it's been a little rough the first four races here going on race number 5. You guys we can see some clean racing tonight. Or you see the struggles continue.
Hopefully I'm thinking we'll get some clean racing, with it being a mile and a half, but with it won't be as messy as last week with North Wilkesboro, with it being a short track. Hopefully we'll get some good clean racing.
That indeed, I believe this is their. I don't think this is the first mile and a half. They've gone super speedway racing, road course racing, short track racing, and 2 mile speedway racing. So, first mile and a half they got here this season. As you got Mr. Jones starting up front. That number 18 machine. I don't have a layout for me, so we're gonna have to call them as they are. Mr. Wolf, he's in the 4 machine on the outside row. A couple guys to call out. Racia, who actually won last week's ARC race, had a decent showing. He's starting back there towards the back, and I'm not going to have exact spots, so you guys are really going to have to help me out who's running where, because I'm in the wind right now. But we're going green flag racing.
All right, looks like Jones gets that nice, good restart on the inside. He's going to hold his position going into turn 1, holding off Gene Wolf on the outside.
He to meet them against Alex off in that 00 and a 35. Brian Tiffany. Outside of him, there's going to be a wreck in the back. Couldn't quite see who that was. As I mentioned it earlier, the struggles continue here early on. Trying to figure out who that was. I think Derek Cook might have been towards that mayhem. I don't know if you guys get eyes on who it was. Like I said, I'm running on a different system right now, and it's not
Looks like
fun.
it's going to be the number 34 of David Harden. Is going to come up, is going to get collected going into turn 3.
Yeah, 3 wide coming off of turn 2 early on, and that might have been a little bit of net code there, to be honest. No. Yeah, very minimal, but it was a little bit net code collected a 30. And let's see who else gets collected in that. Looks like a bright orange machine might got collected. That would have been a 24 of Mr. Reboyne. He had struggles last week for sure.
Yeah, and it's still early on. They still got to get their trucks fixed, and they can still get out there, and they'll hope maybe have a shot to get back out there.
Hey Gary, I don't know if you remember this or not. Unless Derek made a oopsies again. Let's check that real quick. We ain't got no quick fixes, so you got about 20 seconds to fix that truck up and get it going.
Yeah, that's going to be something big for a lot of these new guys to get used to, is that this league is not running quick fixes. Even though it's a feeder series for Mdot, just like ARCA, ARCA is going to get one quick fix for all of their races, but trucks do not.
Oh, unless you're racing last week and you had it unlimited.
Yeah, but unfortunately that's just the way things rolls nowadays. Try to be a little more realistic, I guess.
But I knew you hear William. I've voiced y'all this, all that you're new. What's y'all's picks this early on in the race?
Yeah,
I'm looking for a veteran with Alex Goff in there. He's been racing these things for a while. He could sneak up there and get this thing.
Yeah, Alex Golf, he's been racing this league since I have. I think I've been for about 4 total seasons, so definitely contender up there. Started P3. I know I say his name a lot just because I know him. I'm gonna have to go with TJ. TJ knows how to play the long run game, and if they can get a good green flag run, I truly think he might have a shot to win this thing or at least finish the top 5.
Yeah, I'm looking at Oliver Turan. He's going to be a newcomer this week, starting up in the series. It's his first race. Laid down a 35.9 in practice, topping off the charts. So I'm excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, it's interesting saying he topped off the charts in practice, but he's currently sitting back in about what 8th place right now.
It's all right. This is a long race. I'm predicting a lot of cautions, following the trends from a lot of these truck races in the past. I think if he can just stay out of trouble, I think he's got a good shot.
Yeah, that's a big key anytime we go iRacing. Staying out of trouble. Easier said than done.
Yeah, having raced the ARCA race last week, I had 3 wrecks happen right in my lap. I was able to pull off a 3rd place finish, man. Honestly, as long as you're consistent, you can just finish the race, especially with no fast repairs. You're going to shoot up the point standings in this league.
That you are.
Trying to get something working here. It's just not working like I want it to.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. We'll drag these off the screen for now. We go back green flag racing with the 18 of Jones. Getting a pretty good jump there that time. Kind of trying to get his back end clear. The nose of the Ford. Looks like he's going to be able to get it on corner exit. Alex Golf's going to be falling close right behind him.
Yep. Gene Wolf's going to look to carry his momentum on the outside. Can he get some draft up behind Jones? Looks like he might be taking the high side going into 3. Hopefully he can get that run and keep it going.
Yeah, one thing I like about these trucks and mile and a half speedways is if you're smart like this 19 and this 4 is, take that high line early. Save those tires and get out of that dirty air.
Yeah, and that's a huge advantage of Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You've got a lot of options. You can run low, you can run mid, you can run high. Once those tires get warmed up, you're not sliding around. I was doing a practice race earlier, and I was just rim riding the top, just sailing by people that are still checking up from everything happening in front of you. So if you can get onto that high side early, you might be able to get some passes.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just me and the way I drive these cars, but it almost seems like if you get your tires worn in on the high side and you try to go low, it's not happening. And vice versa. If you get them warmed in on the low line and you try going high, you just can't drive the same. You've been driving the high line the whole time. It's so weird how it works. Well, we got a big group of cars back here, all fighting for a top 10 finish. About 8 or 9 of them just all grouped up within a tenth of a second or so.
Yeah, and with the trucks, you're gonna get that at a lot of these bigger tracks because they have a slower engine than the Cup and Xfinity cars do. So you'll get a lot of drafting where you mostly flat out. You'll just have to lift a little bit.
Since we don't got those stats up right now,
Woo!
that was a
close call by Jason. Wow. Came right in front of the 5 of Chase Harden. That was a close call. Chase Harden, the guy who joins me Thursday nights in ARCA, just kind of watching, see how he's doing. He likes giving his brother Peyton a crap a lot. So just watch those two. They might be getting a little aggressive towards the end.
We don't got those stats up. We've got Chase Jones in first, followed by Gene Wolf in second, Vincent Pahone in third, Alex Goff in fourth, Tony Sanders in fifth, Brian Tiffany coming up in sixth, Corey Bradley seventh, Alex Bubé in eighth, Adam Lechty in ninth, and Derek Cook coming up in 10th.
And going through the rest of the field, we got Preston Hornbeck in 11th, followed by Oliver Turan in 12th. Cody Shantz in that number 6 car is going to be 13th. Marshall Harris in 14th. JP Schneider is going to be in 15th. Jason Ricea in 16th. Chase Harden 17th. Brand Hughes, and that number 32 is going to be 18th. Nick Joyner, and the number 86, sorry, 19th. And rounding out your top 20, you got Peyton Harden in the number 43.
So, so I heard you guys say some names out there. You got the idiot Derek Cook.
Looks like
Oh, spinning out, and he's involved in that, but I might be neco damage. I looked at it started by Alex Golf. I believe the caution is out. Yeah, caution better be out. Wow, what started all of that? It started by the third place car run at the time, Mr. Golf. Golf. I don't know how to say his name.
Looks like Alex Goff he was coming up on the outside.
Bram Ryder 19 made a pretty aggressive. I don't think you could blame that on Alex there. It looked like the 19 was getting a little too aggressive a little early on, if you ask me. Put his nose in a place. I mean, he had a hole there, and it just Neko collected them, and I collected the whole field. And check out the 88 of Eric Cook here. You can tell he plowed that 002 car, but then the damage just disappears. Oh no, never mind. I thought it did. So when I first watched the replay, it looked like it disappeared.
Definitely looks like one of those situations where everyone not given enough room. Looks like Alex Goff had a little bit of room to come up to truly run that outside groove, but he kind of had his left sides down in the middle groove, and 18 might have just, tried to be a little too aggressive early on. Looks like it's just a lot of people getting taken out because of the aggression. Yeah,
that's definitely true. But I was trying to say with Derek Cook, he's actually teammate in another league I run of mine. Actually my team owner, so I know what kind of racing he can do. He might hate me for this. He's not the fastest guy, but he's consistent. He puts in consistent lap. He knows how to save his stuff. So at the end, when it counts, he'll be there. And Gary had said Marshall Harris. I kind of chuckled a little bit there because me and Gary both know that
the sauce goes with it.
That what number? Number 78 definitely did not make any friends. Last time these guys raced at North Wilkesboro.
That he did not. And it looks like the number 4 of Gene Wolf is going to win the race off of pit road. He'll be restarting in 6th here on this next restart.
He's going to win the race off of pit road, but you got some guys that stayed out. You got Brian Tiffany at 35 car, the 49 of Peyton Hornbeck, the 23. That's not the 23. Help me out with what number that is. And sitting in...
Like in third, we've got the 49 of Preston Hornbeck.
Preston, not Peyton. Wow. That's why I hate iRacing. I hate technical difficulties. I'm so sorry for everyone. If this is your first time watching, usually I have a better overlay that gives me more accurate info. But when I got on today, it did not want to start up, so I spent the last hour prepping. Well, when I should have been prepping, trying to get overlay set up so I can at least broadcast this. So we're gonna make it work though. So you're saying Preston is the number 23 skin?
I believe that 23 skin is the A6 of Nick Joyner. That's what SDK is telling me.
Preston.
Ryan Simone, who stayed out, young gun in the group, and at 36, and then you got the 4, who is a first car and fresh tires of Mr. Wolf. I don't know his first name. Gene. Oh, someone got a black flag. Jacob Schneider got a black flag, and we got some meatballs. Marshall Harris and Oliver Tran having some meatball flags there. That good old meatball.
Yeah, man, that's again coming back to a lot of these new guys coming into the series not having any fast repairs. That meatball is probably going to be the end of their race. Hopefully they can at least stick around, try to get a couple spots, not come in last, keep some points. Yeah.
So, am I the only guy when I get involved in a wreck, the first thing I do is look to the top left hand of my screen and pray there ain't a meatball that pops up? Or is that just me?
No, the first thing I generally try to do is hit the gas pedal, and when that doesn't work, that's when I look for that meatball.
Yeah, I've been there. You hit the wall, and sometimes not even that hard. You hit the gas pedal, like, oh, damn it. Engine's done. 30 minutes repairs. Might as well just leave whatever lobby you're in. Well, I think we got one lap left here under caution. Who's y'all's picks for this weekend? For the 500.
And for the 500, I'm thinking probably, even though he's not my favorite, I do think Hamlin's probably gonna be up there. But the person I'm pulling for has gotta be Brad Keselowski.
Bold pick coming with a new team, a new car. I don't know. Looking at Brad Keselowski come from the Clash, it's a little concerning.
Yeah, but he's always been, after Jimmy Johnson retired, he's just been my favorite because Michigan driver, so gotta root for him.
Well, I am going to go with, as we come into the green flag here, I'm probably going to go with Austin Cindric to get that first Daytona 500 win on his first start.
Yeah, we're going back green here. Some new faces up front. You got Brian Tiffany and Preston Hornbeck, not Payton. I'll get it right that time. And then you got 3 wide racing behind him. The 36 of Ryan Simone stuck in the middle of that with a 21 and a 23 on his doors. You got Jason Garcia making his way up through the field, looking for a top 5 right now. Getting a little aggressive back here.
Hanging in there, getting all the way up to the front already.
Yeah, keep your eye on that 4 machine of Gene Wolfe, who got those fresh tires. I believe this is his first race here in Mdot. And definitely showing these guys what kind of speed he has in his first outing.
Yep, Jason Garcia quickly pushing it 3 wide down the middle, getting 2 passes going down into turn 1.
Jason Garcia known to be a little bit aggressive, but that aggressiveness paid off last week. 2 weeks ago at Worldwide in the ARCA series, getting that win, his first win here in Mdot. So some people hate aggressive driving, some people don't mind it, you know.
He is definitely a good driver.
Ooh, and that 18 is all over the 23's back bumper. Wow. Sorry, you're saying?
Yeah, Jason Garcia, I want to give him a shout out. I was battling him for the win right there towards the end. Definitely an aggressive driver. Definitely likes to hog up space on restarts, but man, he races clean and he races fast.
Yeah, I know everyone doesn't, and this 18 is wow. I see this 18. He might dump this 23 here eventually, but the thing about aggressive drivers and people hogging the track is a lot of people they complain about it. It's like, but on certain tracks that have like track positions important, you have to do that on a restart. You gotta hog the whole track. You gotta overdrive going to corners on restarts, or you're gonna get washed up and be in 10th place before you know it. We got some.
Looks like that 18 Chase Jones gonna push it 3 wide down into turn 3. Barely misses the nose of the 35, but he's going to keep that draft going, and he's going to keep driving and get the pass.
Yeah, putting it 3 wide here, and the one thing I've noticed about this 18 is just what I'm seeing so far, and I haven't seen these guys too much. It looks like he knows his track pretty well, because he came close to hitting the back of vehicles multiple times, but he's just in that zone to where he's about to hit him, but he backs off like he knows where his front end's at. You got TJ Hanley up here in the top 3 battling it out. How about Brian Tiffany at 35 machine? Stayed on old tires, is still up here in the top 3 fighting these guys off on fresh tires.
Yeah, I definitely think that was the good call. Something to keep in mind for later in the race. There's not a lot of fall off on a shorter run. So something to keep in mind for those drivers later if a caution comes out.
Yeah, that is true. What's going on, Bunny, on Twitch? Bunny Not Fluff. As Ryan Simone goes down to the apron, he must have had some issues at some point because he was up there with these guys. It's the 002 is pretty badly damaged. There must have been a wreck at one point in time. With Anthony Everington on Facebook saying Team Wolf. Brian Tiffany, he is still up there. Now you got the 28 of Bradley up here in the mix. I haven't called his name out all night.
And I'm looking at my SDK, and it looks like Oliver Turan's coming in the pits. Looks like he got some rear end damage. Not sure what that's from.
It's Vegas, baby.
Yeah, and I just want to give an update on 36 or Ryan Simone. Looks like he was the one that I think I heard some chatter on the race broadcast that he was blinking, so it looks like he backed out to give some clean racing to the rest of the guys up front.
Gotcha. I know I brag about Ryan Simone a lot on broadcast, but man, this kid. I know Gary was here a couple seasons ago. He has made a ton of improvements since 2 ARCA seasons ago. I mean, nothing against the kid, but he was hitting the wall every damn turn, and now last season he was 5th in points going into the playoffs. Was looking at a top 10 here until he fell off to the back. So I mean, he's made a lot of improvements. Kind of curious and really excited to watch him grow as a racer. TJ Hanley has taken over the lead in the meantime, putting Wolf in 2nd place as Wolf's going to look low. As TJ Hanley, in my opinion, he has a high side of my opinion, the preferred line trying to pass here at Vegas on older tires. It's very difficult to pull a pass off here in older tires. Your truck car gets so tight rolling through the center of the turn, and that runoff you get on the highlights, you see the 3 TJ Hanley get right there is just impressive.
Yeah, when you start this race on new tires, you're just wide open, driving wherever you want, pulling down from the top to the bottom. But once we get longer into these runs, that inside you got to start lifting, you got to start braking to try to get your truck to turn onto you.
And the 48 and 18 getting a little door happy back here, slightly touching each other's doors, letting the other person know, hey, I'm right here. Yeah, I don't think Gene's really in a spot to complete this pass. He needs to try to get back on that high side because TJ is just getting too much of a drive off on corner exit for the 4 to have anything to do with it. He's about to lose the spot to the 18 right here.
Yeah, he is just falling back on that inside. I'd be trying to get to the outside as soon as I could right
The
now.
18's going to look to the inside. We're getting to the point of the runs now. Here in a couple laps, you really start seeing tire fall off take effect, and who has been the one to take care of the equipment more? Racing at night here at Vegas in a fixed setup in these trucks. If you're going wide open from the drop of the green flag, about 10 laps or so, you're going to go into the wall if you're not careful.
Yeah, and I will say that's something that Jason Racia is pretty good at. He seems to be pretty good at managing his equipment, managing tires, but still being able to be fast in the long run.
The 3 and the 18 are going at it right here. Crossover move by TJ coming off of turn 2. Side by side they go. See how TJ does on the low side here. He's been the high side these last about 6 laps or so. Looks like he'll be able to clear the 18. No, not quite. The 18's going to get his bumper right at that quarter panel.
And you got the 4 car of Gene Wolf sticking in there as well. We'll see if he's able to maybe use the 3 to try, or the 18 to try and make him move and get 2nd place here.
Yeah, what's impressing me is even though these two are battling it out, they are still pulling away from this 4 and this 21 back here. They're doing crossovers and switching and swapping and still pulling a gap over the rest of the field.
I think that 4 is probably just trying to be patient because he's probably thinking these guys are possibly going to wreck the more they keep doing this.
I don't know. I know TJ pretty well, and this 18 has shown early on that he knows the parameters of this truck. So I mean, unless negative happens, I don't see these two up front wrecking. I know we always have the broadcaster's jinx, so. We're currently on lap 31 at 80. I think we've had, what, 2 cautions? Yes, 2 cautions today. Lap 31 at 80, so a lot better. We have someone pulling off the pit road. Couldn't quite tell who that was. I believe it was a 19?
It was the 002 of Oliver Turan coming into the pits.
Okay. It was just happened right by the leader. I thought one of the leaders pitted for a second. We go check on Brian Tiffany, who has currently scored a lap down, so he had to pit for fuel, so staying out kind of hurt him there, unfortunately. So he did a hell of a job to hold off those leaders. You see Ryan Simone, he's also a lap down. Preston Hornbeck's a lap down. So everyone who stayed out is currently stuck a lap down. It's going to be interesting to see if they can make it to the end, which I don't believe they could, pitting as soon as they did. So in the meantime, the 18 kind of started pulling away from the field. Now it's really a battle for second place.
And it looks like we've got the 55 of Thomas Barr pulling onto pit road right now.
As Jones has put a 0.7 second lead over TJ and the rest of the field. And these truckers, they definitely have showed up tonight. Definitely reduced some mistakes. You see the 4, Gene Wolfe, looking to the inside of the 3. And it looks like Jason Racy, he's going to put his nose in here for some battle for second place. He's going to dive low as they almost get caught up. They're going to put a 3 wide going into turn 3. That 4 kind of sneaks his truck in there between the 48 and 21 as Racy is looking to take over second place from TJ. Currently trying to mess with my widgets, trying to make stuff work. It's not working. I'm so frustrated.
Yeah. Looks like the 3 of TJ Hanley getting a little aggressive down the backstretch, not wanting to lift. He's apologizing to Jason Racia, but yeah, it's a little bit aggressive trying to make that pass and just kind of plowing into the back of the 48 down the backstretch.
Yeah, TJ aggressive when that kind of shocks me there, to be honest. He's not really known to be the aggressive type in a race.
Yeah, but a track like this where you got to keep your momentum up, sometimes you just got to try to push that truck in front of you to try to keep your momentum going.
Again, looks like the 18, our leader, is on pit lane. That's actually going to put, I believe, Racy in the lead for this lap.
With our point system, that's going to give him another bonus point for his season, which, looking at the trends, that is something that's really important, to try to get all those bonus points that you can.
That it is, because as soon as it comes to the end of the season, however, it could be just by 1 point, and that's where those bonus points really matter.
Looks like you got Racy on pit lane. The 21's coming to pit lane. The 32 of Brandon Hughes is coming to pit lane. I can put the 4 of Gene Wolfe back into the lead.
Oh, I'm not sure if we caught it on the broadcast, but when Jason Racia tried to pit in, looks like he caused a huge checkup coming out of 4, and TJ Hanley not coming onto pit road had to check up, and he's going to lose a lot of time to some of these leaders for the next lap.
That's interesting, because I'm wondering, did he call out that he was pitting in this time? Did anyone know if Jason called out he was pitting this time?
I'm not sure, actually.
I am not sure either.
I don't think he did then. So a little bit of
Yeah,
miscommunication there almost cost a couple guys their race.
It's a super, super dangerous thing to do. Driving around 4 other trucks at the same time, cutting down across the nose of someone else, man.
Just adds a little spiciness to the race, you know?
I don't know. We've had too long of a green flag run. Maybe it was necessary.
As currently, Gene is still staying out on track. As it looks like he's going to be coming in this time, along with TJ Hanley also pitting in this time.
I think you're a little bit behind, because Gene just came out of the.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Gene did just come out of pits. All I saw was him rolling through a turn, and 3 and 4 looks like 1 and 2 at the angle I was at. No, I'm live. It's just wow. So right now, it looks like the 55 is scored as the leader. And I wasn't able to broadcast a race, but if I remember correctly, we had a fuel mileage race about 3 weeks ago at our 2-mile track auto club, and some fuel strategy paid off there. So I wonder if that's what the 55 has in mind right now. Can I stay out this one extra lap? Just give me one more lap. Come on. One more. I'm trying to make it to the end. We're on lap 42, and I'm not sure when he pitted last. I'm pretty sure Gary's might be able to tell us.
Yeah, the 55 pitted last on lap 33. So he already came down to get full fuel and 4 tires.
He been on lap 33. I don't know what happened there. He scored as a leader. Did he take fuel only? There's no way.
He could have just taken right sides, possibly.
Possibly. Are you able to see his time on pit road compared to the others, or his lap time compared to the other lap time coming to pit road?
No, but what I can do is I am gonna go back and see the lap that he pitted to see how many tires he took.
But it's very interesting. He pitted, and he now has the 18 and the 3 who were battling for the lead earlier, right on his back end. And TJ is currently lapped down, trying to get his lap back the hard way. We were talking about the checkup that happened that put him in a position to put a lap down.
It does look like the 55 took 4 tires. He just had a great stop. Looks like he's just right there, right in front of second place. Just 0.12 seconds holding it off.
55 might be one of the guys that has mastered the art of getting on and off pit road, because I don't think he was even in the top 5, and I look up and he's the leader. I'm thinking, oh, he's on a fuel strategy. No, he pitted already.
Yeah, that is.
He could have also saved a lot of time when he was on fresher tires than a lot of these guys up front, making up as much time as he could.
That's interesting. That's something I'm definitely probably going to go back and see what happened there, because, wow, that's impressive.
That is one of the best things that you could ever practice in iRacing, getting that pit entry down, so that way you are optimizing how much speed that you are carrying through 3 and 4, and then getting down to pit road, just timing that pit road entry just perfect. You can make up a lot of time on people.
Well, yeah, in leagues, I mean, officials, 9 times out of 10, you're just going to pit under caution, so it don't matter. I think I count on one hand how many times I have had green flag pit stops in official racing.
Yeah, unfortunately, official racing, I've learned just not the way to go. Too frustrating. That's what I love about Mdot, is that it's just an awesome league. Yeah, we comment about some of the truck racing, being a little full of wrecks the last couple weeks. But overall, just being able to get these green flags runs to just be a part of something that's just not, wrecks every 3 laps like official races and iRacing are. Mdot is just an awesome league to be a part of.
Yeah, and while we got this long green flag run, let's go ahead and go over our week of festivities, or our schedule. I'm just messing around. So, Thursday night, we have our ARCA guys suiting back up and buckling down for 45 laps of racing at Michigan. It's a little bit of a shorter race there. Did a practice race. I believe the fuel window is like 20 laps, so if it does stay green, it's going to be a 2-stop strategy, possibly a fuel strategy. Then Friday night, our Cup Series drivers, they will come back after a pretty interesting race a couple weeks ago. I think I'll leave it at that. Gary. At Gateway, but they're going to come back for 100 laps of racing at Michigan, with stage 1 being on lap 20, stage 2 being on lap 65, and round out the race, stage 3 being lap 100. And Xfinity guys, unfortunately, after this week being canceled because Lovers Day, we're going to go racing at Iowa. That's gonna be an interesting track for 130 laps of racing there. And the next week, truck, these guys will be back in their race for our first dirt race of the season at Eldora. And man, I'm gonna tell you this right now: if you are not a dirt driver, or if you are never drove these trucks on dirt, you better put some laps in, because these things, they handle like no other. It's you better come to that race with a clear mind and not worked out that day, because it'll give you a workout. Man, I'm excited for that dirt race.
That they will, but dirt racing's always been one of my favorite things to do. Just in general on iRacing, just been really fun.
Man, if the dirt race is so fun to you and you slide a car around, why can't you save the damn thing?
It's different on asphalt than dirt.
I beg to differ. Ian Humphreys is a dirt driver, and that kid can save a car from a mile away. In the meantime, I just noticed his 21 machine. They've been battling out him in the 18. But if anyone ever watches the Xfinity race, I know the broadcasters call him out a lot, but he is running a Mission 22 logo on the front of that car. And for people who do not know, that is a program out there for veterans. As we have a yellow out.
Reckon for 8th.
Was a wreck for 8th.
I believe that was either the 48 or somebody else back there. I'm not entirely sure who that was.
Let's go back and take a look and see what happened here. But Mission 22 is a program out there for veterans that has resources. They call it Mission 22 because we lose about 22 veterans a day to suicide. And going back to watching this right here, it's a 48 and 28. It looks like the 48 had his nose in there. And there's no room for the 28 to go. I mean, that's just a racing deal right there. That's just hard racing. Coming down to about 25 to go. You know it's go time. You're going to have to start pushing the issue. And 28, unfortunately, Jason was just in that spot to where your spotter's not going to tell him if he's there or not. So I can't fault the 48 there. I can't fault the 28. This is just good hard racing.
Yeah, and it looks like the 32 of Brandon Hughes is just going to be caught up in the crossfire of that. Stuck up on the outside as it wrecks up in front of him and just nowhere to go.
Oh, they come down pit lane. So you have to win this race off of pit lane. But going back to that, I mean, not just veterans, but if you yourself is struggling with depression, don't be afraid to reach out. If you're in the league, there's plenty of people you can reach out to. We'd rather talk to you than instead of hearing about you passing away. So anytime I see those Mission 22 schemes, it holds close to me. Looks like the 18 is going to beat the 20 off pit lane, followed by the 4, and then the 55, followed by the 30. I think Brian got him. I think Brian got Jason there. According to my scoring, he did get Jason there. But anyways, we're talking about last caution, Daytona 500. I'm a huge Hendricks fan. I'm a huge Larson fan. But when it comes to super speedway racing, I always try to find an underdog to root for. And I want to see that 21 go to victory lane and get his 100th win at Daytona. I want to see the Wood brothers get their 100th win. So I'm rooting for Burton.
Yeah, you know, that's a good pick, and that's definitely the way I see those super speedways as well. As much as a huge Hendrick fan as I am, since the departure of Jeff Gordon, just, not closing in on a lot of those super speedway wins anymore. But yeah, it's definitely an opportunity. Last year, reigning Daytona 500 champion Michael McDowell coming in, longtime veteran of the sport, but finally getting his first win there. Love to see something like that happen this year.
Yeah, it's just the happiness you get as a fan seeing someone new in victory lane, someone getting their first win, and it's just that excitement creates as a fan. Whenever we go super speedway racing, I'm never really rooting for the team I like, unless they're up front, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, go guys. But towards the end of that race, when Larson was in 5th or something, I wasn't rooting for Larson. I was actually literally rooting for McDowell when that caution came out. I like finding the underdogs, and I like seeing new faces in the victory lane. So
and someone else I'm looking forward to watching at Daytona is Greg Biffle. He's going to be making his return in NASCAR in real life, I believe. Not sure which number he's driving.
44.
But okay, so 44 car then.
And I mean, some other guys, like that Trackhouse Racing team. How cool would it be to see them get their first win out of Daytona 500? How cool would that be? Who are they got? They have Suarez this year and Chastain. I mean, Suarez, he's pretty decent, super speedies, and Chastain, we all know what kind of aggressive driver he can be at the end of a race. So, it'd be pretty cool to see Trackhouse get their first win at Daytona 500.
That it would be.
But
As I believe we're coming to 1 to go here for the caution.
yeah, we might be. They're not 2x2 like sometimes they are. Yeah, 1 to go this time.
We're waiting for that green flag. You want to hear some Las Vegas Motor Speedway stats? Some track facts?
Yeah.
All right, Las Vegas Motor Speedway originally opened, if you didn't know, 1972, only as a drag strip and a road course. It wasn't until 1985 that they actually added a paved oval.
Did you say a road course? Where the
Yes.
hell are they doing a road course at this track? That's
Las
like
Vegas does have a road course in its interior.
that's just kind of like I finally got my B road course after doing Bathurst, and I'm like, Homestead has a road course? Where? And I look at the course, and I'm like, no, I choose life. I ain't doing that dang thing. So many sharp turns in that course.
Yeah, well, it wasn't until 1996 that the 1.5-mile oval actually opened, and its original configuration only had 12 degrees of banking. 2006 is when it got repaved to give you that 20-degree progressive banking that we see now.
All right, well, here we go. Back to racing. We going green with 24 laps to go.
Green flag, green flag.
Let's see how these guys can get underway without cautions, breeding cautions. The race here early on is looking to put it 3 wide. And I think and the 21 and the 48 get collected there. I saw that come from a mile away. Let's go back and see exactly what happened. I think the 21 went to block him. You see Racy, he's gonna jump to the outside early on to go up against the wall. Yeah, it looks like
The toy one came up a little bit.
yeah, he did come up a little bit. But I mean, if you watch it dang it. If you watch it closer, I don't think they touched, dude. Like, I truly don't.
Now that I'm looking, yeah. I
No,
don't
they
think
didn't
did
touch.
either. That's iRacing's prediction code. There
Yeah,
for ya.
you're right, but here's my thing, and I'm probably gonna yell at this, but I don't care. I don't agree with Jason putting it up there like that. I mean, we still got 24 laps to go. I don't agree with that. I mean, he's my driver, he's on my team and all, but I don't agree with the 3 wide early on like that, especially if you're on the outside line, which is probably the better line to be on. I don't get that call. I don't know. But maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just tough love for my driver. I don't know. Let me hear
Yeah.
y'all thought on that one.
I mean, yeah, I don't really agree with it either, but sometimes racing hard, you gotta do what you gotta do to try to put it up front.
Yeah. Oh. It's too much of a risky call. Too early on as we go get some meatballs and some black flags going on here. Looks like Preston, David, and Thomas all got some meatballs. The 55 got some meatball. Oh no, he was showing some speed early on. Must have got caught up in that accident there. So, yep. Yeah, interesting turn of events right there.
That it is.
So it looks like we really only got 2 powerhouses left. I'm not sure what's going on with TJ. He was up front. Looks like he got quite a bit of damage. He got the 18 and the 4. And I say 2, but I'm kind of curious to see what the 35 Brian Tiffany can do on fresh tires. We saw how well he could hold off the field on older tires. So, see what he can do on same worn out tires as everybody else, or however you want to word that.
Yeah, and we'll see as well how looks like the next guy who has the newest tires is Tyler Merritt. He pitted on lap 58. Or no, Derek Cook pitted lap 55, but the newest tires right now is Tyler Merritt in the number 53 car pitted lap 58. But I don't think that's enough laps for it to really play too big of a factor.
Yeah, trying to find some people to possibly interview here. Down on Circus. He said the Gene Wolfe in a 4, right?
Is correct.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull him up here. I wonder if he's a dirt guy. Let's go ahead and ask him when he comes up here. Hey, Gene, it's broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, man, what's going on, dude? I don't know if your number's off in Discord, if you're a dirt driver, but talk it through, man. What's been going on during this race, and what you might have planned for the 18 is the two guys you've been battling out with most of the race, the 3 and 48, or unfortunately, they're not really gonna be in contention to win the race.
Yeah, I feel like we got a fast car. I feel like I'm getting around here pretty well. Been trying to save tires best I can. That caution just helped out a lot here with fuel, so I think we're going to be good to go for the end and hopefully have something to win this thing.
Yeah, speaking of tires, man, and if you don't mind spilling the beans, you don't got to give us a percentage, but how much was this track eating y'all's tires up on that long run we had?
Last time I just pitted, my right front was at 95, so it's not too bad, but it's definitely getting hard to stick the bottom after 10 laps green or so.
Gotcha, man. Well, I don't know if this is your first race or not. I don't recognize your name. That might be a good thing, but I'll drag you back down to your team, and good luck the rest of this race, dude.
I appreciate it.
As a word from Taver, Jason has been put on probation for aggressive driving after this race. And then I agree with it, if you ask me.
Yeah, that was pretty aggressive. But we got the one to green here coming into 3 and 4.
We do got one to green. We got some pretty fast guys up front. You got the 4 and 18 who've been up there all race. Got the 35 who's shown he has speed on old tires. And don't count out that 51 of Adam Leideke either. Or the 80 of Derek Cook. They got some damage to him. But if you stay in that draft a mile and a half like this, you still might be golden. Green flag flies. 18 gets a way better launch than the 4 does right there. Easily able to clear the 4 as the 35 can follow in tow.
Yeah, Brian Tiffany in that 35 coming up on the inside, getting his nose ahead of the 4, going into 1. Let's see what run he can get off coming into 2.
As the 51, Adam Leideke looked like he was trying to make a move early on in this run. It looks like he might. He was thinking 3 wide, but he backed off. He's like, it's still too much left. We still got 18 laps of racing to go. Vols kind of single filed it out up front. You got Jones, Wolf, Tiffany, Leideke, and the 15 who haven't called out all race of Schallenberger. That's what I think. I've never called his name out because I can't pronounce it.
I believe it's Schallenberger, something like that.
Anyways, that's your top 5. And then right behind him, you got Chase Harden. You got Derek Cook battling out with the 28 machine of Bradley. I don't know the first name. I can't look at it right now. That sucks.
Corey Bradley.
Corey Bradley. Looks like for the most part, the 88 and 20 almost get collected, but for the most part, it looks like we're going to have the top 6 are really going to be ones in contention to watch out for, as it looks like everyone else behind them has a little bit too much damage to have that top end speed going down the backstretch. And while we're at this, everyone who has followed and liked and subscribed, whichever platform you on, all of us here at Mdot greatly appreciate it. And hopefully y'all enjoying the race we got here. We run 4 series here in Mdot that are broadcasted, and then we do got a dirt series. If you are an iRacer and looking for a dirt series, come join us Sunday nights at, what is it, 7:30, right?
Yeah, 7:30.
7:30 for 360s.
Yep, and then 15 minutes after, I think, or something like that, is the late miles.
How about the battle we got brewing here between the 78? Wow, there it is. The 18 and the 4. I saw a 7 somewhere on my screen, and I went to 78. They got some lap traffic. Look at that was the 21, I believe, of Saunders. That's not Brian Tiffany. Gene Wolfe and Mr. Jones here in 18. They have built a pretty good gap, about half a second or so over the 35 of Brian Tiffany and the 51 of Adam Leideke.
Looks like Gene Wolfe in that 4 truck is trying to change up his line, trying to see what he can find. Ran high when Chase Jones ran low into 1 and 2. Looks like he's going to stick right up in the middle groove going into 3 and 4. Just searching for grip, searching for a run.
Yeah, I don't know this early on in a run, in a green flag run, if he's searching for necessary grip. I think what he's trying to do is figure out where he can beat him off the corner. Because if you've done a lot of 1.5-mile tracks, especially like Vegas and Charlotte in these trucks, you're not gonna pass someone on entry. You're gonna have to start the pass on the back stretch or the front stretch, and that's probably what he's looking for right here. Is where can I get the best run to get to the inside or outside of him?
Yeah, it looks like that search isn't paying off too well. Dropping back a little, he's only a 10th down, but definitely not as close as he was when he tried to start shaking it around.
Yeah, and if that is what he is doing, looking for runs, you know he's killing those tires, pushing a little bit too hard in corner exit, trying to find the momentum. But he's sticking with him for the most part. So it's going to be interesting to see if this 4 can figure out a way to get around this 18, as this 18 has done a phenomenal job to make that truck really, really, really wide. Kind of reminds me of Pete out there watching the 18 drive up front.
And while this has been going on, looks like DJ Schallenberger made the pass for 5th on Corey Bradley.
I think DJ Schallenberger, he was already in 5th place. I think Corey Bradley snuck his way up there. Because he was the top 5 I was calling out, just couldn't pronounce the dang name. Like, how do you say that name?
I'm going with Schallenberger. It seems to be it. I'll have to check in with him after the race to get that pronunciation.
We might need to make sure he gets a podium finish. Hey, Taver, Derek, can you guys DQ 2 of the top 5 for us real quick? We need to talk to this 15. Forgot how the heck you say his last name. And then in the meantime, it looks like Brian Tiffany's actually closed that gap up to the 4 machine. While we've been talking about DJ here, as that group of guys, actually, the 35, 51, and 15 have all closed in on these leaders. You gotta wonder how much Brian saved being behind these guys. You know these 2 up front were eating their tires up, trying to make the 18 was trying to stay in front of the 4, and the 4 is trying to get around the 18.
Yeah, and what's going to be really interesting to watch, the 34 of David Harden. He is way off the pace, but he's sitting there logging laps. He's that lap car that we keep coming on. Seconds off the pace, and you just got to hope that if these leaders up front, they've got actual spotters, they're letting them know when they're coming up on him, and they don't try to make a move without knowing that he's coming up. Yeah,
in the meantime, the 15 and 51, not only did they do a number swap, they did a position swap right there. As 15 takes over 4's place from Adam Leideke.
Yeah, and I believe that 51 has a little bit of nose damage. Not sure how much that's affecting his car, but it looks like he wasn't really able to get up to the 35 when he was in 4th.
Oh, I'll tell you. Oh, the 21 gets a little tight in corner entry. They washed up the track. That is not for position. What I was trying to say, I can tell you how much it affected him. It's a damn parachute. That's how it's affecting him. Damage like that's a freaking parachute, dude. Well, meantime, Brian Tiffany still closing that gap to that 4 machine. As the 4 starting to lose ground to the number 18 now. Coming around 6 laps this time. Lap 75 of 86 to go this time by. The 4 and 35 are starting to fall back from the 18. I think this 18 showing early on he can save tires and still be fast. I don't know how people do it. Please teach me your lessons, young one. 18 coming up on some lap traffic here. See if that plays an effect and slows him down here a little bit. I think for the most part, these lap guys have done a pretty phenomenal job getting out of the way. See TJ Hanley go high. Now they're behind at 34. David Harvin once again. This is where it gets interesting. Have to snake your way up high around one lap car and down low around another. It's been nothing but the 18 since we restarted this race. That 4 is starting to lose ground as we come towards the end of this race. 12, a different relative here. It's going to show us the distance between the leaders.
6 car of Cody Shands has just come across the radio saying that he's pitting in now. He has been scored 6 laps down already.
That's the skill communication right there. You don't want to screw over someone's racing for a good finish here by not calling that out. If you take a look, we'll put this down here at the bottom left hand of your screen. Gene Wolfe currently 3/10 behind the 18.
And it looks like Gene Wolfe has been late into this run. He's fallen off a bit. So I think you were right. He did use up his tires when he was trying to find a way to get around that 18 early on in the run.
Yeah, and some of that has to also be that dirty air when you're right behind a truck like that on these mile and a halves. It just creates so much wear on those front tires, especially that right front if you're not careful. And I mean, he said his right front was at 95, and people are like, oh, that's pretty good. if you ever done iRacing, you know if you hear 95 compared to 100, it's a dramatic difference on how that car handles.
You hit 98, especially on a shorter track, and you're second, 2 seconds short, slower in your lap time already.
Yeah.
Trying to hit the brakes a lot harder, trying to get that front end to turn.
We get on our final lap here, 18 leading the way. Let's go ahead and ride cockpit with him here on the final lap. He has a couple lap cars in front of him, but he has a 5/10 second lead over Gene Wolfe for the 18 here. You're just taking this corner
Looks like
easy.
we have a good battle going on here for 5th between 50 and DJ Stollenberger and Tyler Merritt, but it looks like Tyler Merritt was getting a little wiggly on the backstretch, and that's what caused him to lose his ground.
As Chase Jones comes away with the victory here tonight at Las Vegas. What a battle that was between him and the 4. And one thing I love about these races being no quick fixes is it changes the perfection of the race. Because you know that 3 and that 48, they had speed. And they had damage, they might have changed the outcome of the race. But since they got damaged, they weren't careful with their stuff, it hurt them. As the 18, oh, he's gonna do burnouts. What in the world kind of celebration is that? Oh, he's gonna get, yeah, you're gonna get crap for it when you join me. Where's the burnouts, my man?
Come on, you maybe need.
Hey, I think when you get with Tabor,
you gotta know to do the burnouts.
I think we gotta get with Tabor and put it in a rule book. Burnouts are mandatory, unless
The burnout results in a 2nd place finish.
yes. Burnouts are mandatory unless you were out of gas or damaged. Absolutely mandatory. We'll wait for some of these guys to join our podium finishers here. Looks like Gene Wolfe's in there waiting for some more to join as we pop up the final results here. Oh yeah, Oh, whoa, that's entry. There we go. You got Chase Jones winning the race, followed by Gene Wolfe and Brian Tiffany round out your top three. Corey Bradley comes in fourth. DJ Schallenberger, how do you say that last name, coming in fifth. Tyler Merritt coming in sixth. Derek Cook coming in seventh. Chase Harden in eighth. Adam Leideke in ninth. And Peyton Harden and 10th. I know Peyton's not going to hear the end of that from Chase. That's going to round out your top 10. Those wait for more of these podium finish guys to join the podium finish chat.
Yeah, something to point out. Looks like our top three qualifiers coming from the grid 1, 2, 3.
They finished
the race 1, 2, 3.
And how about DJ Schallenberger starting 27th and finishing 5th? Definitely the biggest move of the race, and give him a nice little bonus point right there.
And it looks like we got Brian Tiffany in the podium finishing channel, so I'm going to go ahead and drag him up.
What's going on, Brian? Hello?
So,
Oh, there you go. Hey, man, what a way to fight your ass off and get that third place finish there. You stayed out earlier, and I got to ask you, did you regret it? Because you looks like you had some decent speed. I mean, shoot, you held off the guys on fresh tires for a good 6 or 7 laps or so. I don't know if you regret staying out during that one caution or not, because I know it ended up putting you a lap down.
I don't know. I thought I was a top 10 or 12 truck maybe, and I just thought I'd have to do something a little different than the faster trucks, and I really just flipped a coin and stayed out. I think the cautions fell and helped me at the end with a little fuel mileage, got me over the hump, so it worked out.
I mean, say you're top 10 or 12 guy, you had that top 5 speed definitely at the end of that race, so you got to give yourself a little bit of credit there, man.
I got around pretty good. I just I like try to race clean and finish clean. I'm sometimes probably not as aggressive as some of these guys race, and I don't know. I just felt like in my mind I had to try something a little different. I did think it was going to come back to bite me in the end, but caught a little bit of a break. But it was a fun race, and I'm happy with where I finished, no doubt.
All right, man. Well, I'll let Gary and William ask you any questions. Got any after they get done? If you want to give any shout outs, then it'll be your time to do it.
Nah, I just appreciate everybody that does all the work and puts the races on. I know it's a lot of effort they put into the league, so I just want to thank those guys for running a good league.
All right, man. Well, once again, congratulations on your third place finish, and I look forward to seeing some more podiums. All right, next we'll bring in Gene. I'm gonna drag him up here. Gary, he we brought him up earlier to talk to him, and he thought he had the speed, and though he fell just shy. What's going on, Gene?
How you doing?
Hey, man, you had that speed all race, man, and we were talking up here in the broadcast booth about what you were trying to do early on in that last green flag run there, and I thought you might have been trying to look where you can find a run at, because I know how hard it is to pass trucks here, especially trucks here at Vegas. Any mile and a half, really, it's difficult. You got to get that run off the corner, dude. So I got to ask you, was there anything you felt you could have done different on that last run to just try to get in front of that 18 machine?
Well, the only thing I can think of differently was just to go for it out of the gate. I tried to stay a lane or two above them and try to save my tires there for the last 5-6 laps and see if I couldn't make something happen on the bottom. But I think lap 74 is when I decided to try to make the move, and I went down there and I'd burnt them up too, and it was too late by then. And if I could have gone back on it, I'd have probably tried to go for it right off the start. But other than that, it was a good race, and Chase was able to hold it out on me, and it was a good race. So
Yeah, that indeed it was. Started second, finished second. I don't know if the night could have gone any better except for getting that win, dude. Going on to Eldora Dirt, dude. What's your thoughts going into that?
well, it's my first race with the league, so I'm happy with finishing second there, and we're dirt guys over here at Wolf Racing, so we're excited to go to Eldora next week.
Yeah, I gotta ask you. I figured you were a dirt guy because your number's different. Well, your number isn't here. compared to give you some ideas on how to race some dirt with regular dirt cars. How hard is it in these trucks?
Compared to a regular car or a regular dirt car, it's definitely not the same thing. But racing dirt will teach you throttle control and everything like that. And if you can control your throttle on dirt with the asphalt cars, you'll be fine.
All right, man. Well, congratulations once again on that second place finish, dude. And I think we might see you up here again next week.
I'm hoping so.
All right, man. Later. All right. Next, we're bringing in our race winner here, Mr. Brian Tiffany. What's going on, Brian? Oh wait, no, wrong guy. Never mind.
Yeah.
Chase Jones. We're bringing Chase Jones. What's going on, Chase?
Got penalized for not doing the burnouts. He's getting rid of the win for not doing the burnouts.
Yep. Chase. We have came to an agreement. We're gonna make a new rule just because of you. If you do not do a burnout, it's a mandatory second place finish.
Oh man, I'm sorry. That was my first race.
What? That was your first race or your first win?
No, that was legit my first race in this league.
Oh, I was about to say, if you would have said iRacing, I'd be like, hey, Tabor, you might want to look what kind of hacks this guy's running.
Nah.
But man, dude, what a race, what a performance. One thing I noticed early on is it seems like you know the parameters of this truck really, really well. I was watching you, I'm like, he's getting a little close, and he kept on doing it. I'm like, dang, he might really know the parameters of this truck, because he's getting there, like on his back bumper. He's stopping just in time. And then towards the end of the race, you were just making that truck so wide, dude. Talk us through what's going on during this race, and if at any point you're like, oh, am I going to be able to win?
Oh yeah, it was a little sketchy towards or after one of the first pit stops with some of the guys that didn't pit beforehand, so the windows were getting closed up super quick. But yeah, towards the end, I was just trying to take the air off of Gene there towards the end, so it would stop his run, and then come off the bottom on the exit, so I had more momentum. So turned out all right.
Gotcha, man. I can definitely tell you know what you're doing here. Just based on watching you race tonight, it's probably not gonna be the last time I see you up here in the podium finishers. Gotta ask you though, dude, Eldora Dirt, what's your thoughts going into it?
I'm super excited for it. I have been doing a decent amount of it recently, but so yeah, it should be fun.
Gotcha, dude. Well, I'll let Gary and William ask any questions they want. If not, go ahead and give your shout out if you don't have any shout outs to give.
Yeah, Chase, question I got for you, man. You mentioned it's the first race that you have in this league. This is the first season that we're running the trucks without that one fast repair. How much of a factor does that play into you as you're racing, knowing that this is the one truck that you got?
Yeah, I was just trying to avoid a lot of the 3 wide action and try not to put myself into a bad position. And I pulled out a run a couple times, and I think that probably saved my race.
I gotta ask you, dude, since he asked you that, going into Eldora, man, how many trucks do you think we'll have? I mean, I know they'll all be damaged. There's no way in heck we're gonna have one truck that's still gonna be clean. How many trucks do you think we're still gonna have on the lead lap after Eldora?
Man, I don't even know. If you don't qualify well, I don't think that's gonna turn out too well for anyone.
All right, man. I thought let you give any shout outs too, and once again, congratulations on not only your first race here in Mdot, but your first win.
Yeah, right on. I just want to thank my Hobby Lobby desk and my Logitech G920 that's bolted to it, so worked out all right.
He said Hobby Lobby desk. All right, man. Congratulations, dude.
All right, thanks, guys. It was super fun.
Oh, I'm starting myself out. All right, that will conclude tonight's race, and man, I mean, this one definitely did not disappoint. Definitely like the fact that they seemed like that week off helped out. They needed that week off. I don't know the total amount of cautions we had. I think we had 5, Gary. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
I believe so.
But 5 cautions compared to what we were doing 2 weeks ago. Week off definitely helped. Some new guys up front, and I can't wait for Eldora, man. That's gonna be That's gonna be a fun race to broadcast. I hope to God my SDK is working right, because I am not gonna be able to do this without SDK next week.
Yeah, I'm so happy for that week that I am an ARCA driver and I'm not a truck driver. That I don't gotta try to whip it around on dirt. Good luck to these guys for that race. Glad I am not involved in it.
Hey, you do know you can race both, right?
Oh, I know. I'm well aware. Leave it to the professionals.
The professionals. I don't think we're gonna see professionals out there next Tuesday. I think we're gonna see a lot of bumping and banging and a lot of tempers flaring, and it's gonna be interesting. What do they have, 100 laps next week? There's no way in heck. No, only 40. What the heck? Only
It's gonna be a
40.
long
That's-
40 laps.
No, not
Are they
necessarily.
doing heat racing for it, or is it gonna be a full race?
It's gonna be a
next
full
week?
race. Derek, if you're still listening, dude, just for entertainment purposes, if you have it at 40, that race is gonna be over in 30 minutes, even with cautions. Just saying. You might want to bump that up to like 75. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. I'm pretty sure this can be probably the permanent broadcast crew for Tuesday nights. I don't know if William's going to come back up here every Tuesday night or not. But thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you all next time.